Yeah, we continue to decipher and break down Abrar's action and his three deliveries that he's bowled. I've got Chris Harris here with me to talk me through. Chris, firstly, how difficult is it when you fresh onto the scene and you haven't really played him? I thought New Zealand did a fine job taking Abrar down.
Yeah, they did a wonderful job. In this modern game, there's going to be a lot of research done by the top order, especially of the New Zealand batters, to see Abrar's action. The toughest job he's got so far against New Zealand is it's not really spinning, so that's making it really tough. But he's got the genuine off-spin option, which I think is reasonably easy to pick up. It's the leg spinner and the wrong one. The leg spinner, he's more of a finger spinner, so it comes out conventionally, but it's the wrong one that they've got to watch for. We saw the very first ball we bowled to Conway go straight along the ground. That's going to be tough for the right-handers. Fortunately, New Zealand have got three left-handers in the top four, but his wrong one particularly is the index finger slips off the ball, and most batsmen tend to watch the back of the wrist, because when you're bowling a wrong one, it tends to come out a little bit higher and from the back, and you see that finger come off and then it come out the back of the hand. So that's what they'll be looking for. And if they miss that, then a lot of batsmen try and watch the seam. So obviously if you're watching the seam really carefully, you can see which way it's going to be spinning. But good top spinner these days, if they pick up that the batsman's watching them from the seam, they bowl with a scrambled seam. And then you've got to play it off the wicket, which obviously makes it a lot more challenging.
Yeah.
And we might see a lot more sweeping.
Yeah, for him, obviously, it's important the control that you talk about, because when there's no spin on offer that we saw in England, it's the control that becomes that much more difficult. And we saw that three-way split. It does give a little bit away with his leg spin, almost being a conventional leg spin action, but with a mystery one, he sort of flicks it down with the finger. So we saw Latham and Conway almost pick up the codes, if you say, for Abrar, and there was a lot of communication. Important that as well, as a non-striker and a batter, to communicate as to what's going on in the middle.
Absolutely, and these two batsmen, Latham and Conway, are very good players of spin. They're very strong on the sweep, and as I said, they would have done research before this, and you saw a few signs just backing that up. And you saw Conway talking about when it comes out a little bit higher and from the back of the hand, it comes out a little bit loopier, and that's perhaps one of the tells for Conway to pick up the wrong one, and he's just passing that information on to Latham. So it's so important when you come up against a new bowler or a mystery spinner that you communicate out in the middle, and little tells that you can pick up to help you decipher what he's doing, you pass that on to your other man as well.
Now you can pick up on all the tips and tricks, and you can almost say, I got this, but you still have to play. And I thought Latham and Conway did a good job, especially with sweeping. Now Ben Duckett said that last time, when in doubt, sweep. I think almost the same mantra for them in the middle as well.
Yeah, that's the disadvantage, I guess, for Abrar, that both Conway and Latham are very good players of the sweep shot. So if they don't pick up the delivery, they're both confident to sweep. Latham's more of a conventional sweeper, and he'll sweep. And I think 75 or 80% of his runs off the spinners were on the leg side from square behind. And Conway scores very strongly through the offside and reverses and plays a conventional sweep. So if in doubt, sweep, and they've done it beautifully so far.
So if in doubt, sweep, and they've obviously done it beautifully, have the New Zealand top order.